Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of Allah, the most gracious and the most merciful. I am Tabassum Shafiq from Multan Public School and College for Boys and Girls. It's our YouTube channel. Today we have to wind up Unit 3, Changing States of Matter, and the topic that we have to cover are water cycle and purifying and treating water. So dear friends, it's third week of second by month, and the pages that we have to cover of International Primary Science are 68 to 80. Let's move to the topics. Yes. So dear friend, before starting the main topic, let's discuss these two terms that we already discussed in our previous lesson. First term is evaporation and the second is condensation. And we all know that these two terms are inverse of each other. Can you tell me what is evaporation now? Very good. Evaporation is the process in which liquid converts into gas. And what kind of energy is used to convert liquid into gas? Very good. It's heat energy. Heat energy is used to convert liquid into gas. And what is the natural source of heat? Amazing. Sun. Sun is the natural source of heat. And any kind of heat source you know? Yeah, fire also. So dear friends, using heat energy, we can evaporate liquids into gas. The second term is condensation. Condensation is the inverse process of evaporation. Condensation is whenever gas change into liquid. Very well. Whenever gas converts into liquid, it's called condensation. Our main topic is water cycle. Why it's called cycle? So dear friend, cycle is the process in which the initial stage and the final stage of any process are the same. It's mean from where the process starts, it ends back at the same point. It's called cycle. Now comes to the water cycle. Water cycle is also a cycle. It's mean the initial stage and the last stage both are same. Water cycle is an endless process. It's a continuous process that never ends. So dear friends, let's have a view of next slide where we are going to see the whole process of water cycle. Here we have a water cycle. Dear friends, you can see these four arrows are forming a cycle. The first stage of water cycle is evaporation. Can you tell me what kind of these red arrows and why they are moving towards the sky? Yes, these are water vapors and they are rising towards the sky because whenever they heat up, they start to rise toward the sky to live in a cooler place. We all know that heat travels from hotter areas to cooler areas, same as it is when water vapors convert into gas, they start to rise towards the sky to find a place, a cooler place to live in. And when they reach the cooler place of the sky, they convert themselves again into droplets, very small droplets. These are called clouds. And this process of conversion from gas to liquid is called condensation. It's second stage of water cycle. And when these droplets join each other and form large drops, they start to fall over the ground. It's called precipitation. We have different forms of precipitation like snow, fog, and also rain. After precipitation, water reaches to the water sources. It's called collection of water. And from the water sources, the process of evaporation starts again. Then again condensation, precipitation, again water collects, and this process continues. So dear friend, keep in mind that water cycle is a natural process and also it's an endless process. It never stops. Move to the next slide where I gave you some definitions of all these terminologies. Let's see. Different terms in water cycle are here. Evaporation. Sun warms the water and causing it to evaporate. It's called evaporation. Next is condensation. Water vapor cools when rises up and condenses to form clouds. Third stage is precipitation. Clouds become very heavy and before beginning to rain, precipitate. Collection. Precipitation collects in river, lakes and ocean, and precipitation is rainwater. Again, the first stage, sun warms the sea water, lake water and ocean, and from the plants evaporation starts again. So dear friends, it's an endless process, it's continuous process. Keep in mind the terms and keep in mind the process. Let's move to the next topic. Our second topic is purification of water. First of all, we should know what is purification. Purify means to pure or clean something from unwanted substances. It's called purification. And why we do the purification? One major purpose of water purification is to provide clean drinking water, because water is the source of life. And what is the purification procedure? The water purification procedure reduces the concentration of contaminants. Contaminants mean whatever the present in the water, and water is not in pure form. These are all called contaminants. These contaminants make the water impure. And contaminants are suspended particles. It means the particle that lives at the bottom of the water is called suspended particles. Parasites, bacteria, algae, viruses and fungi. These are all the impurities of water. Here I am going to show you the purpose of purification of water. Why we purify the water. Water is a major source of our life. We purify the water to get rid of contaminants that are very harmful to our health. More than 60% of human body is based on water. The quality of water we drink must be clean and pure and free of any diseases and disease causing microbes. That's why it should be properly treated, disinfected before using for drinking purpose. On last slide we have seen that why it's important to purify the water. Now here we have some processes by which we can purify water. First process is distillation and the second one is filtration. These two are included in your syllabus, but many other processes are also exist to purify the water. Let's see what is distillation. Distillation is the process of separating the components. Components mean harmful components or unwanted components or substances from water by using process of boiling and condensation. In this process, dear friends, we boil the water, store the water vapors, and after that we condense them. Yes, and utilize them to drink. It's set laboratory equipment to show the distillation process. It's mean in laboratory we can distill the water, we can purify the water. So dear friends, you can see in a flask water is there and the water vapors are rising up because under water there is fire and water is boiling. You can see the bubbles. Water vapors are gathered in another flask and then they are converted into water again in a conical flask on your right side. So dear friends, it's the process by which water vapors are collected. After that, in the presence of cold water, it condensed and then convert into liquid again. It's called distillation. The process of distillation is used for the salt water. It's mean just is used for the sea water. On large scale, we also use different type of plants. On next slide, I'm going to show you a plant. So, to purify the water on large scale, we use these types of plants. One side we boil the water, or on the second side we use the condensers, and then later on these condensers convert the vapor gas into liquid. Second process to purify the water is filtration. We can see that to filter the water, here we are using natural materials like sand, marble, stone and pebbles. So what is filtration? Filtration is the process of filtering impurities from water. It means that to separate the impurities from water. Small particles are difficult to remove without filtration. It means if we want to purify the water, so it's necessary to filtrate it. If we want to drink some water, it's necessary to purify the water. Without filtration, water will not be able to use, will not be able to drink. To purify the water by this natural process filtration, we can use different type of materials. Like here we have added charcoal and piece of cloth, and the second side in the bottle in the second diagram we have added double set of cloths, then sand, then marble, then pebbles 2 times. It's mean how much water has impurities, as much as layer we will increase to get the water pure. Clear to everyone? So dear friends, here is your turn to give me the feedback. You can see in the picture, by using the available material, this project is done. You can see these are the lids of shoebox. Some color papers are used and some cardboard pieces are used to set this water cycle. So it's your turn to make this project as whatever material is available at home. It's up to you what you want to use. You can get help from internet or web. Let's move to the next. So dear friend, these are your today's assignments that you have to do at home. Draw the diagrams from book page number 74 and 78. These are the diagrams of the filtration process or distillation process. So dear friends, you have to prepare these diagrams using scale or your pencil. The second project is, as I already mentioned, the water cycle. You have to make whatever material you want to use. It's up to you. So dear friend, it was our lesson. I hope you have learned new terms. Keep in mind them and prepare them well. Good luck to everyone. Take care of yourself. Allah Hafiz. Thank you.